We're Danny and Kate. 5 years ago, we left the UK to start a new chapter of our lives together in Barcelona. We've enjoyed the busy city, sunny beaches, and the snow-capped mountains, but it's time for a new adventure. We're on the hunt for a piece of land in the Spanish countryside to build an off-grid tiny house and start a homestead. Follow along as we build our dream life together.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Danny's away for work for a few days, so it's just me and Paco, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to make a video to answer one of the most frequent questions that we've been getting at the moment, which is, why do we want to leave Barcelona, which is one of the most incredible cities in the world, and move to the countryside, to the middle of nowhere, and live at the top of a mountain? It's a good question. So I'm going to take you on a kind of day in the life type vlog today and explain that for you. First, breakfast. We start most of our mornings with eggs. Scrambled, poached, we might have them with toast, we might have them with beans. It's something that we eat a lot of, and we've always wanted to have our own chickens. Even when we lived in Reading in the UK, we talked about maybe getting chickens for the garden, and in the end it was something that we couldn't do with the rental property that we had there. So now that we actually have the opportunity to do it, it's something we're really excited about. Being able to go and pick your own eggs and bring them straight into the kitchen and cook them up for breakfast, there's just something so kind of charming about that, but also so rewarding. I mean, what's better than being able to look after your chickens, feed them, house them, water them, make sure that they're happy and healthy, and then enjoy the produce that they make? Sorry for any vegans that are watching. We do try to eat healthily, and we don't have a diet that's full of meat, but the stuff that we do eat, we like it to be high quality, organic where possible, and that's another thing that's difficult in the city, finding good organic produce for a good price. When we lived back in the UK, it was quite easy to get hold of affordable organic options. Now, here in Barcelona, there's not necessarily that same feeling towards it. The quality of the fruit and vegetables here is better anyway. A lot of it is grown here in the country, so it's ripened here and it's fresh and it's full of flavour. But getting hold of the organic stuff is a little bit more difficult, and when you can get it, it is quite pricey. So where we do try to buy like organic eggs and organic meat and organic fruit and vegetables where possible, we can't do it as much as we would like to. So one thing that we're really looking forward to is being able to produce our own on the land. We can make our own fruit and vegetables, we can rear our own chickens, we can raise our own pigs for pork, and all of it can be done under the conditions that we want. We can do organic farming, we can produce organic food that's healthy and hopefully delicious. So after a morning of working with all of that noise in the background, you can see why city life might be starting to take its toll on us just a little. There have been renovations going on in our building for months now, and right now it's happening right above our heads in the apartment just up there. So it's getting a little bit annoying, and we kind of want that peace and tranquility of the mountains again that we were experiencing when we've been able to get to the land. Sheffield is actually one of the greenest cities in the UK, and growing up somewhere that's so green and full of life and full of nature, it's kind of born into us as Yorkshire kids that that's what you should experience. And we love the mountains. We love to ski, we like to go walking, we like to be in nature and to smell that fresh air. And every time we've been down at the land, we have this pull, we have this draw. It's a stone barn with a roof that's about to cave in and a floor that's about to collapse, but it weirdly already feels like home. And so, although we've spent 5 years living here in Barcelona and truly enjoy it, we love the city, we think we're ready for something a little bit different. Something less concrete, something more green, something less noisy. Yeah, all of those things would be fantastic. So right now, after a couple of hours of getting some work done, it's time to have some lunch. Paco? Food? Is it food time? Good boy. Down. Good boy. Undoubtedly, one of the best things about living in Spain, and one of the reasons why we decided to move here 5 years ago, is the sun. It's so good to be able to spend winter days not having to be rained on every single day or trudging through snow. Don't get me wrong, I love the snow, but there's something that has to be said for being able to go on a winter's walk where it's crisp and sunny and still like 10 degrees. And even before we got this guy, we already used to spend loads of time outdoors. Living in Spain is this kind of indoors, outdoors life. We spend so much of our time like eating out at restaurants, or before COVID, seeing friends in bars and, you know, socializing like out on the terraces or down at the beach. And it's so nice to be able to spend so much time outside. Hopefully we can continue that on the land, and we can enjoy dinners on the terrace all year round. We can have an outdoor kitchen. We're planning on probably having an outdoor bathroom as well. And it's just one of those things that really appeals to us about being out in nature and being able to really enjoy our surroundings. So it's something we want to take from our city life and transfer it to the country. So I'm just back from the lunchtime walk and about to get on with work for the afternoon, and I thought I'd just quickly address a question that we keep getting asked all the time. It's what do Danny and I do for work, and what do we intend to do for work when we move to the land? So I work in marketing and Danny works in project management. We work for international companies that are based here in Barcelona, and we've each respectively worked at those companies for a few years now. We've both started to get quite interested in the idea of diversifying our portfolios and finding multiple streams of income to support us in the future. So one of the things that we've been looking at is how to do that when we move to the land. So as well as full-time salary positions, that might be ways to make money from the land. It could be making money online, digitally. It could be things like YouTube or Patreon, or who knows what the future holds, and things like investment funds and bonds too. So the idea of having an array of incomes is something that's interesting to us, and we've started to look into the FIRE movement quite a lot recently and get ideas about how to support yourselves with multiple streams of income so that you're not only dependent on one. So when we're looking at moving on to the land, we're thinking about using the skills that we have to perhaps launch a business or make some money from the land with, I don't know, raising chickens or pigs for meat, for example, and selling that produce. That's something that we have not thought about the finer details yet, and we'll get to that when it comes. But the plan is to have a balanced life where we are providing as much for ourselves as we can, using our skills and background and expertise to help us do that. One of our biggest expenses of living in the city is our rent. We pay €1,000 a month to somebody else in their bank account, which pays for their mortgage payments. And to us, that just seemed crazy. I know that a lot of people in Europe live this way for their entire life, and for some people that's absolutely fine. Renting is a very sensible way of not having to maintain properties and pay for all of those big financial burdens that come with owning a property. But for us, it was always an ambition. So what we decided was that the best way for us to do that would be to move to something that we could buy outright and minimize the amount of bills we needed to pay, reduce the amount of electricity and gas that we were using, or move towards a more sustainable way of living. And part of that is one of the reasons that we want to move off-grid. The idea of being off-grid is quite scary for most, but for us it's a challenge that we're really looking forward to. Water management, land regeneration, they're all topics that we are super interested in, and we spend hours and hours of our time watching people who are doing these things on YouTube. And for us, one of the motivations of leaving the city and moving to the country is that we really want to do that. We want to move to somewhere that we can live a more simple, sustainable life. We want to create our own energy and harvest our own water, and that's something that we've dreamed of for a very long time. So being able to make that jump is something that we are really, really looking forward to. Scary for some, scary for us, but also exciting for us. I think more than anything, what we're really looking forward to is having a proper work-life balance, where we're not living to work, but we're working to live. Working on the farm, working on our own business, working on our own self-development and fulfillment and enjoyment and happiness, and being able to put all of our energy into being content. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Good boy. So while I wait for the puppy to eat his dinner, I'm just going to have a quick snack, and these are becoming a bit of a vice. They're root vegetable crisps, and they're totally delicious. Not very healthy, definitely deep fried, but so good. And one of the things that I'd really love to be able to do is make things like this myself from veg that I've grown on our own land. Growing our own fruit and vegetables and raising animals for meat is so important to us, and it's a huge part of why we want to do this. But for now, they're just a really tasty snack. We're just on the evening walk in the dog park now, and Paco's just playing with some of the other dogs. The one thing that I don't suppose it surprises me about city living, but almost kind of makes me feel a bit sad about city living, is that whenever you're out at night time and it's dark, there's so much light pollution that you can't see any stars. It's just grey. And okay, there's a bit of cloud today, which doesn't help, but you can barely ever see any stars at all in the city. And there was a huge difference when we went out to the land over Christmas time, and we just noticed how many stars you could see in the sky. It was incredible. And something that I can't wait to do is have the terrace finished or the balcony done and be able to sit outside, maybe with a beer or a glass of wine, and enjoy watching the stars. So I'm just going to sit and enjoy a simple dinner of chicken and vegetables and reply to some of the comments that we've been getting on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you so much to everybody that's been leaving us messages, and it's so nice to hear that there are other people who want to come on this crazy journey with us, people who are interested in what we're doing or want to do something similar yourself. So please keep those messages coming, because we read everyone and we hope to reply to everybody as well. We've just past the 900 subscriber mark, and it would be so great if we were able to get to 1,000 from this video. So if you've enjoyed watching and you're interested in our journey and how we're going to move from the city life of Barcelona into the mountains, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button and give us a like too. I suppose what it all boils down to in the end is that one day we want to be able to put a plate of food like this on the table and know that our heart and soul has gone into creating what's on that plate. The chicken has been raised by us, the vegetables have been grown in our own garden, and that's really the dream for us. It's very, very simple. We know that many people share that dream too, and if you do, let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to connect with other people, particularly in Spain, but anywhere in the world who is thinking of doing something similar. So thanks for now, and we'll see you on the next one.